told to come alone. Joe said if you vote for him, he'll abdicate his throne as the father of the crime bill, soul of Jim Crow. Proud to live and vote as a Strom Thurmond clone. If he tried to kiss your daughter with a camera rolling, he'll try more than kissing her alone. Cozy up with Jill for a photo like a portrait of the Kissingers at home. You know I hate to kill the messenger, but if he's gotta go, we can FaceTime. Slit his throat while he stares into the phone. Like if you don't know, kitten, now you know. This is where austerity has gotten us. This is all that palpable excitement for a 20-year wait on forgiveness for your student loans. But a distraction's a distraction and it's time to see some action. So here's one last song for Joe, before I try to keep his name out of the lyrics in my phone. Try to shift the focus to our senators and everyone in Congress who is all too happy to be hidden while we're wasted to the bone. It is not food insecure, it's starvation, and it lurks in almost half the country's homes. So if you plan to lay down, hold your nose and vote for Joe, have the guts to admit that you chose to submit and that you decided lending your support to a pedophile must be a step towards hope. That a vote for a man that spent his whole life implementing laws that dehumanized people of color is a vote against fascism. When you know damn well he's just a kinder, dumber face on the same white nationalism. So baby, throw away your scruples with the memories of your activism. Watch your weak resistance usher in a fucking cataclysm. Elect a bigot war pig and say you're gonna push him into pacifism. That's some bootlicker Stockholm hostage liberal masochism. Bootlicker Stockholm hostage liberal masochism. Baby, that's some fucking bootlicker Stockholm hostage liberal masochism. God, that's some fucking bootlicker Stockholm hostage liberal masochism. That's some fucking...
You know, sir, I like you much better with my glasses off.
I guess I was born with the curse of foresight, 'cause I knew Joe was only gonna represent the war side. And that said, I just came to fight. You could keep the or flight. Save the surprise and the gasp when the shadow of the fascists have cast is on your doorstep in the glow of your porch light. Save the surprise when the grid goes down and we go underground to lick wounds in the gloom of a torchlight. While up in the sky, a blimp glides by with a sign like New Year's 2022. Brought to you jointly by Pfizer and Coors Light. While the centrists observe from a comfortable courtside, right in the thick of the action behind a partition. We're in a morbid position, a plague of evictions, born a comorbid condition of the cancer of wealth. I fantasize that I cancel myself, hands on your head, throw your best laid plans in the well. There are no more answers, questions go back on the shelf. All Joe's donors, a quick show of hands. How many of you sub to the Lockheed Martin OnlyFans? How many are loyalist patrons for the Raytheon Patreon? Occupy Iraq and send $1 million off into the great beyond. Cool yourself with the safety on. True to yourself in as much as you dutifully spew out a mucus of QAnon. You can't convince me the Capitol wasn't surrendered with every intention of digging us deeper down into the treacherous webbing of censorship, ebbing your speech and dissension so you can't hold Biden accountable. Not in his mentions and not in the streets. No to the end that Joe will defend the elite. Joe won't embarrass McConnell, but Joe's not embarrassed if all of your children are hungry and weak. Too hungry to speak. Too hungry to stand, they just lie at his feet. Joe is fresh out of empathy, fresh out of policy, but he'd love to know, what was your favorite ice cream flavor to eat? Back when you used to eat. I guess the road isn't rocky for people who thought we were free. They'll believe what they read, and Joe's here to lull them to sleep. Counting us down by the dozens, the culling of gullible sheep, led to the slaughter by media tyrants and government thieves. These are the leeches that stubbornly suck where there's nothing to bleed. These are the tumors that force us to crawl on our knees. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. was foreclosed in 08. One was condemned in 16. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. One was foreclosed in 08. One was condemned in 16. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. One was foreclosed in 08. One was condemned in 16. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. One was foreclosed in 08. One was condemned in 16. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. One was foreclosed in 08. One was condemned in 16. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. One was foreclosed in 08. One was condemned in 16. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. One was foreclosed in 08. One was condemned in 16. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. One was foreclosed in 08. One was condemned in 16. This is the home of the brave. This is the land of the free. My lips, brand new taxes, starving all the billionaires and neutering their Visa Maxes. Topple Congress off their axis, mobilize the homeless, give them axes, call it praxis. Chop a couple limbs off the legislative branches. We'll show you the difference between air as a human right and guaranteed oxygen access. Octogenarians who barely know what day it is are culling countless citizens while sitting on a dais made of ignorance that was built on the graves of the slaves made to labor for its self-declared significance. And all to build a Congress full of millionaires who make their fortunes insider trading while they shit on all the indigent. So I got a bone to pick with our leaders, and I'll start with the ligaments. Pick right through the muscle, dig the marrow out, and serve it to the unhoused millions living in their minivans or watching their belongings get evicted from their tenement. I have a dream where we breach the walls of Congress and just let them in. And what happens next will survive in only text, cause there won't be any evidence. There will only be that heavy kind of feeling that pervades a space where there has been a reckoning and you can feel its remnants. Let any man who enters seeking power know that those who came before him suffocated on their eminence. That there once was a seal on the wall, but we quartered it and scattered all the pieces that it might prevent its semblance. And so we end the great experiment. We'll take all your billions, leave you 2 coins for the ferryman. Leave you drifting on a Dutchman floating derelict among the wretched seraphim. For holy is the hand that wiped the land clean of those who pose as gentlemen. That's my time, honey. Cue the thunderclap and strike the theremin. And so we end the great experiment. Give you 2 coins for the ferryman. I think I liked it better being blind, when I couldn't read between the lines, and when I couldn't see the cracks in the structure that lay bare before me the whole time. I think I liked it better back when I suspended disbelief and swallowed pride. I thought I knew the difference in the red from the blue, but they both bleed us so dry. They both bleed us so dry. My favorite songs don't hit the same way. I get to the end of a 4-minute track and I'm only looking back thinking, what did they actually say? So I try to sit down with my wife and watch TV, but I just see propaganda elevating the police in the simplest of sitcom banter, and tiny little altars full of offerings to corporate masters in every well-planned wide pan shot of the name brand stocking up the pantry. Pull back one long tracking shot out to the garage to the logo on the Camry. Nice tight shot of the Camry. Close-up view of the Camry, slow pan up on the Camry, long slow zoom to the unmoving human who is up in the front with the tube pumping fumes to him straight from the back of the Camry. Ashamed he just could not provide for himself, let alone for his family. It's a blue pill mindset that spent 2020 making dance beats.
I think I liked it better being blind, when I couldn't read between the lines, and when I couldn't see the cracks in the structure that lay bare before me the whole time. I think I liked it better back when I suspended disbelief and swallowed pride, and thought I knew the difference in the red from the blue, but they both bleed us so dry. They both bleed us so dry.
Ignorance is bliss, which explains why a lot of us are so fucking happy. Quick to take the trip for all its trappings. Never one to ask what's up, what's going on, or God forbid what's happening. A lot of us would strap into the ride and then spit right in the eye of the guy whose job it is to snap your fastenings. But maybe we're all born with that capacity. Maybe each of us comes standard with humor, compassion, malice, and audacity. Some of us are blind to the system, but some see it fine and say this is how it has to be. Some of us can stare wide-eyed at a nationwide human catastrophe and only offer platitudes and recipes. And I wish that I could tell myself that nothing's worth obsessing past my everyday necessities. I wish that I could cry fake news over anything that threatened me, tune out our abuses and consume a little levity. Wish that I could offer up my son a smoother destiny. Wish I had some better lessons for how best to answer questions for the things I've been perpetually questioning. But I'm too busy looking at our leaders, wondering what I might be missing from their messaging. Trying to find the reasoning to let 250,000 people meet an early reckoning. And even though I know the truth, it's hard to swallow something that's so literally sickening. Hope is ever dwindling, COVID ever beckoning. Winter slows your breathing, but your pulse is ever quickening. Even though I know the truth, it's hard to keep listening. I'm done with my epiphany, my innocence is blistering. I'd like to think I'd taste the earth before I'd ever kiss the ring. Hard to speak the truth and harder still to keep listening.
Sometimes I think I miss being blind, when I couldn't read between the lines, and when I couldn't see the cracks in the structure that lay bare before me the whole time. I think I liked it better back when I suspended disbelief and swallowed pride. Thought I knew the difference in the red from the blue, but they both bleed us so dry. Both bleed us so dry. bleed us so dry. They both bleed us so dry.
What's up, everybody? Hopefully people at home, the boys and girls, can hear us. If we can get some like, all goods in the chat. Get our audio
just
levels.
111,000 and
yeah, definitely. And if we can get a couple of links on Patreon real quick before we start, I feel like if I could just put a hat in front of everyone's like computer and they just dropped like quarters into it, and then just mail us those quarters, like, I would appreciate it.
In a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Whoa!
Yeah, self-addressed stamped envelope. Then we'll send all those quarters to Julian Assange's, like thing in Belmarsh, and you can just start stacking them up to make it out of the skylight they leave.
Oh, right. Using them as a ladder, not so much curse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten like cakes with files in it at this point, and
I know I sent him a cake with a laser beam in it, but I didn't hear anything back. So
yeah,
allegedly.
I hear you, but I'm in the room. Yes, Lucky, you are in the room. The thing is that you are also going to be past Lucky. Right? Or is it future Lucky? I'm not sure which one. That like the 7-second delay Lucky. Oh my God, Leo's is Leo's.
I can't see. You're watching the live stream, so I can't see what you can see.
Well,
yeah. So you can see like right here.
I see the delay. I'm in the back.
Yeah, with
He's
the with Lucky right here. Yeah.
Oh, he is there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wonder if I have.
On the TV.
Do I have like a thing that's like just you? Like yeah, I do have one that's just you. Look at that. How do you get them up on the I mean, my cat will do that, but that's because it's a cat.
No, he's comfortable on the shoulder.
This is how he got noticed at Dead and Company.
He's a freak.
I love
you
the
can
one...
just walk around with him like that, and he'll stay there too. You know what I mean? It's not like an anomaly for him to stand there.
I love the one where they have like the cat, and the guy just has it on a pedestal, walking the cat around. That one's one of my favorite ones.
I met a guy in Seattle.
He's like a meme, just the dog himself.
How'd you get him to do the
in Seattle once that had a matching sweater with his cat?
Mm-hmm.
And they like stood up by Pike Place in downtown Seattle and stuff.
How long did it take him to learn like paradiddles and like double stroke rolls and like?
Well, he's still working on the paradiddle. I'll be honest with you.
He plays the
drum. He can flam all day, but
he plays the drum. He sits on my shoulder and he plays a mini piano.
He wants to get down.
Oh, that's like. I usually don't do the small puppos. Like, I've got the big puppo who's like crashed behind my microphone, just knocked out. It just looks like a log right now back there. But like between like Jimmy's old puppo Brownie and yours, like the Chihuahuas are like they're the two chillest Chihuahuas in the world. Like
super chill.
Joe Rogan has a dog that looks like Leo.
Yeah, Joe Rogan has a dog that looks like Leo. Commander X has a dog that looks like Leo.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Commander
I don't think
X.
It's any,
Well, Commander X he wrote me back a letter, and he said he has to meet us because he never knew what his dog Zabby was until he saw Leo.
Oh, so that's cool.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
Definitely a lap dog. Yeah.
Mystery there.
Yeah, he wants to meet up with us.
Yeah. That's what's Rogan's other puppo, the Labrador?
Yeah, he's got a couple. Joe's got a couple of dogs there.
Yeah.
The one I just seen him in the other day, he had like a snapshot. He looked like Leo, like big time. Looked like Leo's brother.
I still can't believe Ethan Klein's hilarious, like, you know, fucking Twitter nonsense that he put out. It was just like, really, bro? Like, someone I saw, you know who the Quartering is? Have you ever heard of that name? Online, YouTube, right wing. He's on like Minds and fucking, you know, whatever. He put up a clip, like he edited together. Let's see if I can find it real quick. But yeah, it's like, I mean, he looks like a guy that should be on like Barstool, you know.
He just likes the sound of.
I put it in on Twitter the other day, but it was like, yeah, he just like clipped together Ethan being like, you know, why'd you put that on Twitter? What were you doing? Like, you know, and it was just funny. And then it was just like cut to like clips of him and then Joe Rogan sidekicking him digitally. You know? Dude, his kicks are still insane. If anyone has not seen those, feel free to go look those up. Him at 57.
It's such a beast. When like, Jake Muger ever like challenged the Joe, I'm like, what are you, fucking brain dead? Dude?
Now I have to pull that up.
Just kill you.
Where is that at? I had to go to my file explorer. So when that happened, I made Twitter. It's in downloads, right here. The other downloads, dude. If you could see like the state of the folders of my computer, you would just not be okay. Hello, computer, can I scroll, please? Or am I not allowed?
Kind of my computer situation.
Watch like File Explorer try to crash on, because like Windows is Windows. But anyway, I made like a tale of the tape, right? And between Jink and Joe, right? If I could get to it, it's literally like right here in the downloads folder, but like File Explorer is like, no. I think I have the ability to scroll now, which is lovely. What are you smoking on today? Do you know? Weed. Yeah.
That kind.
Funky as caramelized roach weed.
Roach weed. Oh, the aster.
Yeah.
The old aster.
It's really fucking fire. Whatever it was.
It's funny, I have so many files that if I did try to search for it on my PC, it would just take like 30 minutes. You know? Like to like literally for it to search through my files.
That's kind of like how my downloads folder looks.
Yeah.
I make a thumbnail, save a graphic, call it something stupid.
Yeah.
And never to be seen again. It's like, oh, where does that live?
And then like, did I move it? Did I put it to Twitter stuff? Like a smart boy would have?
I just rely on the computer not to crash hard enough to not remember the sequential order of how I create things. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
As long as it does it sequentially, I'm all right. I'll find it.
Yeah,
I know it was around January
it switches back to like
7 when I made that.
What I don't want. Where is it at? Somewhere. I'm literally like, I'll fucking find it. If I now pull this up, double click the old PNGs here, bring it over here so people can see it, and then hit this button. Look at that, I can do stuff.
I'm sharing too.
So
sharing is caring.
I mean, I always went with like, I couldn't find how much he weighed. And the only thing I could find said he was 169 pounds. And I had to add the question mark. No, Joe's 190. You can't see it, can you?
Like, it's gotta be like 2.
There you go. So yeah, I made this, right? And it was just like, that's what it reminded me of. So,
yes.
Yeah, between that, I don't know which one I like more. I found on Reddit this other, I think it was yesterday, and like someone beat me to tweeting it. And I was like, no, right? Someone found a cop car right? They were driving by it, and Vouch was playing in the cop car. Like, how great is that?
Is it to make a TikTok that convincing?
Like,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, but it was just the fact that it was like Vouch, like that had to be real. It couldn't have been like.
Seems more likely that it would be real.
Yeah. So Jink is like 239.
That Vouch kid's pretty cool, you know. Cops like that Vouch kid. Really, he's a good kid.
Ricky Rand says really he's guessing 239 on Jink. Yeah, I think he's more in my weight class. Unfortunately, you know, I'm down, but yeah. So, at some point we should probably get to the show. I ask everyone that comes on Reefer After Dark to show your parents warn you about. I have to remember that as a stoner, which is super difficult. But when did you start smoking? When did you how was that first experience for you?
Well, I can remember 2 different times. Like the first time that I actually tried to smoke, I remember being 8 years old. My cousin Ralphie and a couple of kids from the neighborhood where I lived in Coventry, Rhode Island, all were they were older kids. Like one of the other kids I didn't know the name of, he was in like high school, and the other kid was a cousin of somebody else. And it was like summertime, we're all fishing and shit. So they sparked some up, and I don't remember getting a buzz from that at all, you know. But I knew that there was something to it. Like there's something cool about this. I like this. I liked the day after we smoked and everything and hanging out and everything was fucking great, you know. So the next time that I actually remember getting stoned, me and my best friend at the time, Jerry Bruno, from the same town of Coventry, he and I decided that we were going to get some weed, and we tried and we asked everybody. Nobody will sell the 8-year-old fucking weed, you know, even back then. And so it was kind of fruitless. And then Jerry said, I know where some's growing, we can go get some right now. And his sister, in her aquarium in her bedroom, had 4 little plants that were in flower, little tops on them, you know. We took those tops and we fucking baked them in the oven, at 200 degrees, got it carboxylated and dry enough to smoke, and we smoked it. And then I remember waking up on my my mom and dad's bed as my parents were getting home at 6, and we had smoked at noontime or something. So I got fucking ripped and fell asleep and woke up and was like, that was the coolest thing that's ever happened. Yeah, you know, since I've been breathing. And haven't really looked back since.
I mean, you've had a long. So you were what age? 8. 18.
8.
8
years old.
That's an early start.
Yeah.
But that's what is it, in Half Baked, right? They fucking get out there at fucking 8. I can picture little fucking Chappelle back there and shit.
Yeah, because that's real, man. I bet you started smoking by then, you know, because that's kind of where shit's at, man. Especially then, it was way more laid back. Everywhere you could go to the grocery store and buy a bong. You know, it was fucking chill around New England, dude.
Yeah, back when a dime bag was a dime, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and then Ronald Reagan became president in 1980 and fucked it up. Yeah, fucked it all, shut it all down.
Did you know that all three of his names all have 6 letters in them?
Yes.
Just saying. You know.
If you're going for all that numerology stuff.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, right? Me personally, I like Alfredo in the Sky, but you know, but
Ronnie had a you know, an award-winning smile and a presence, you know. Yeah. Most people would say, even when he was doddering and
he played alongside monkeys fantastically. You know,
he did.
He worked real well with animals, which is why Nancy was a good choice for him. But, you know,
that Nancy, she shut down my weed smoking hard, dude. From 80 to 82, I remember it being it was a couple years. It was bad, man.
Tight. I mean, us 90s kids came off a bit of that, where it was you know.
Well, that's what they had done. They started the system and they just built on it. You know.
Yeah, I remember all the biggest stoners at my high school all would wear Dare shirts all the time. So, you know, I just felt like that was always funny.
That's how it's always been, dude. Like, just tell us if your mom or your dad or your grandfather or your mom or your cousin or their cousin or the guy at the gas station. Tell us anybody who smokes weed, kids.
Yeah.
It's just the right thing to do.
What is this recently bought thing? Is that how everything?
So right now we're going to multiple channels, right? INN, ILN on Facebook. We're everywhere, right? So RestreamBot is pulling in the chats from all those. Like I can definitely pull up everyone's.
How do I do that?
How do I do that?
Twidget and OBS and Restream, which you can make a free account.
Restream.
Yeah, I can help you out.
We were doing it before. It was kind of wacky.
Yeah,
it like lowered the bit rate a lot, like noticeably. So I was like, I can't really do this free one, but I bet the paid one is cooler.
Yeah, I mean, I think now it's pretty fine as far as the free bit rate is concerned, but I don't know. I haven't looked at it specifically, right? I mean, KBS per second is 4338 right now, I think. So I don't know what the bit rate.
We're just
I don't
kind
even
of
know
at the
what
mercy of our cable here, like how
yeah.
good
my brain starts like blending itself when I start looking at like audio bit rate and video bit rate, and I'm just like, why? Like, why is there numbers? You know?
I wish I could assign higher bit rate for my audio to be like as good as it can be, and then just there's ways of changing
it in Windows and whatever and stuff like that. I mean, I'm using
basically
a lot of like
what I did on this machine was go through one of those tutorials where it optimizes all the settings basically.
Yeah,
the OBS run as good as it could.
Yeah, pretty much, and like I mean, you tack on like virtual cables and stuff like that to route some stuff around, and they have some like hi-fi options even in that. I think you're like, I mean, there's who knows, man. The dream is to have like multiple machines running different audio and stuff like that, right? Like that way you can parse everything out, and
you can parse it out, and you don't want to suck all your system resources.
I've seen stuff for like Zoom. People who do like Zoom for like business and stuff like that, right? For like, table shows, things like that. They literally set it up to where they had like a cheap laptop with Zoom open, right? For like, and like 8 of them, right? Each with a secondary monitor that they like Velcroed to the wall, right? And then they would just like pin each individual person, and then they were just capture carding out all those monitors and bringing them into like one recording rig, and wow. I was just like,
the one laptop getting all the signals
no,
from
like
everything.
there's 8 different laptops with a secondary monitor, like all up on like one side of their like room, and right. But like I had to go through all that stuff just to figure out how to do that, but it's pretty much like all you have to do is like capture particular windows in OBS. So in OBS you can like alt drag, right? So I'm just grabbing yours and like shrinking it over and putting you here, and then I just have Zoom up on this monitor all the time, right?
That's fucking badass to be able to do it that way.
Yeah, and as long as I can keep like Zoom to be like locked up here. I've even seen Warren do stuff like crazy stuff now, like using StreamYard and then like recording StreamYard with StreamYard not running, like, and him recording it so we can have like the best of like OBS and StreamYard, which is like that's a move and a half. So plus then you can like memorize the layouts for StreamYard and like grab everyone's stuff, and but yeah, I did bring us some visual treats this evening, right? Sweet. So I should probably allow people to like, I feel like I should repack. I'm smoking on some sour OG Kim right now, right? Which is a hybrid 22% THC. Yeah, OG Kim. So, but wish I had like, I have one actually. I should like figure out how to like hook it up to the PC. It's USB should work, but see if it'll focus. Focus, you fuck. I had to do this trick, right? Where we have to go like that. Ooh, there we go. And then focus. Focus. It will eventually, I promise. There it is. Looks like fucking some fancy broccolis. But yeah, it's not bad. It fucking gets you ripped, I'm gonna tell you right now. At 22%, it's pretty fucking heavy. But for a hybrid is unusual. Luckily it's like sativa sided, so you know.
There it is.
Do you remember when weed was just weed? Like,
yes,
yeah,
I do.
got weed.
Yeah,
Now it's like,
and then it switched
like
to like
has
dro.
weed.
You either had like dro, skank, or mid. Like that was your option.
Well, yeah, we had a lot more. We had a lot more varieties than that. There was you had your indicas, your pretendicas.
Yep.
Your Mersh. We had Mullins. Mullins was like, you know, that disgusting Mexican shit that's been at the bottom of a fucking
pressed.
Lighter.
Weed.
Just as pressed could be. But
you could probably
you ever
build
get
a
that?
House with that though. Like,
You could build a home with it. Absolutely.
It would be
so.
very insulative.
Yeah.
And moisture resistant.
It's insulation.
it's like
One time I got a pound of that same brick, right? But
Yeah.
it was not the brown on the outside, all the air has gotten to it and it's fucking ruined. This was just like, however it was done, it was like as fresh as the day was long. As soon as you cracked that brick open, it was just like, bam! It was like day one. You know what I mean? They cured it perfectly.
Yeah.
And it was just greenest, skunkiest fucking. You know, it was Dutch weed basically, but it was Mexican. It came from my Mexican.
That's the hardest part is the cure, because it's like you want to just smoke it. Like, I don't want to sit here and go to this jar and burp it for another month, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
but if you do, you'll be happy you did, because
but see, what you do is like you pull a couple out and close the jar back up. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yeah, this stuff will get better, you know? But crack that on the stove. Hit the fan. Convection oven it. And eventually it'll come out of this thing.
We've just got a small appliance set up.
There it goes. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at those fucking clouds that thing blows out. But
oven.
He's got a convection system with a series.
It's a desktop vaporizer. You can get them for about like 170, something like that. And then I have it. Yeah, I'll show you. Look, I've got that thing over there on the floor there, or on this table. It comes up. Put weed in here. It warms it up. Goes through this hose right into the bong there, and so, but yeah, super sweet setup. The space rig. I'm a big fan. Right. Eventually, I'll get bong cam working on it again. But once OBS can figure that problem out. But all right. Visual treats. I'll put the tiny red solo cup on top, so weed don't come out when I don't want it to. And let's go to visual treats. So I had to give you the bottom display and give the people the bottom display. Look at that. What do you call a Royale with cheese in America? You know, fucking quarter pounder with cheese. Which I like how he still had a pound and he went, yeah, a quarter. He just put a quarter on top. That's some high ass bullshit right there. But I do have a few good ones this week. This guy, so I had to set the scene for this one, right? I had to patch audio through to you, right? So imagine you're smoking up on the mountains, right? And you know, you're in a place where it's still illegal, but it's still chill, right? And this fucking golden god of a man comes up out of the sky.
The police are coming.
The police are coming.
Police are coming up the hill.
The cops are coming up the hill. Just don't worry about it. Just, you know, let you know. Like, there's no more context to this, and I really wish there was. You know,
like, I got you.
But have you heard of this Carnation Revolution thing?
Of course.
Yeah. What is it? Explain for me, because
you don't know.
I'm like Warren with with all I see is that it's a flower and maybe something about peace.
It's about peace. It's about how 45 years ago in Portugal, there was a peaceful revolution of the people.
Nice.
And they took over their fucking government with the help of the fucking key military people and had free and fair elections afterwards because it was going to be taken over by a dictator. And that's a real thing. And it's a real thing that could happen again if everybody got on fucking board with it.
We'll get to that in a bit, I think.
It's a genuine,
actually.
A genuine action that took place.
Have you ever done the inside out joint? Have you been taught how to do that yet?
Inside out joint. Is that where you use the
Yeah, you put the gum on like the inside, and then if you can like let that little flat burn, and if you're good enough, right, you can like start the joint off the like, flamey thing. It's an old stoner party trick, but like,
yeah, I am hip to it. We have a lot of fun with distillates and things in the past.
Yeah. Do you like, what do you do more of? Like pipes, roll, like bong, that kind of stuff?
I'm just like my little spoon is all right. My favorite. I used to be like a total fucking joint guy, just like forever. And if I smoke it in joints, I just consume it much faster, as has been explained to me.
Right.
Because we used to be smokers of tobacco too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to
spliff. Yeah. What do you smoke?
We smoked cigarettes.
So. Yeah, like what?
Yeah. American Spirit.
Okay.
Organic tobacco.
Yeah, that's the stuff that you
for
probably
years,
should go with. You're gonna go with that.
I smoked horrible drum and different brands.
Yeah, I did like Camel Crushes and Cools.
Yep.
So been there, done that, quit that shit when it was easy. But I found some art that people should appreciate. Mushrooms and weed are all that we need. Excessive alcohol and opiates are the result of greed. It feels like the fucking Lorax saying that shit.
Yeah, dude. Feels like a guy with a Lorax mustache.
I wonder if they could mail me this NFT. I'll just take this one. I don't even need the URL. Just send me these mushrooms and the weed. I'm happy with that. But what else I got? I think I got
nice.
When was your first time doing edible? Do you remember that? Like,
I think my first grow I ever had anything to do with was shortly after that time that I'd smoked. We moved, and I was about 11. We lived in West Warwick, Rhode Island, and there was like a dirt road in between the housing developments. So there was like a whole section that wasn't developed, and it was all still all wild and had a stream running through it in the fields, and it was beautiful, right? So everybody who lived over there had older brothers, and there was a warehouse that was found out to be in Warwick, just up the hill from where we lived. Somebody said that they saw people fucking bringing, big quantities of fucking bud into this fucking warehouse. And we're all kids, and we're like, oh yeah, let's go find it, fucking go find it. We go in, and it was the same people who got busted for the Dorchester. There's a Dorchester ship, like a huge ship that was full of weed.
Yeah.
The same people who got busted with that was like half of their weed was still on the ship when they got busted.
Yeah.
And these guys brought it to this warehouse, which my friend Larry lived right next door. He brought us to the fucking thing. We all carried out bales of fucking weed, dude. Like literal kilo fucking bricks of wrapped up Mexican weed.
It reminds me of the
we all sold it to each other for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then as it was running out, we all, our older siblings were like, why don't you grow it? I'll show you how to grow it or whatever. So we started growing. We literally had like an 1.5 acre field in between the two neighborhoods in West Warwick, Rhode Island.
Right.
With this huge stand of weed, you know what I mean? He showed us how to pull the males and how to feed them and stuff. So we harvested this big old fucking bunch of fucking nice, stinky fucking green bud.
Yeah.
And everybody had that to sell to each other. So that was the time we all figured out how to make things out of trim and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keef and things like that. And so that was my first experience eating it, was just having butter on toast.
God.
My friend Dickie Ford, he buttered me up a piece of toast for breakfast. Oh my God, did I get fucking rocked, dude.
I fucking got
the whole day just fucking.
I got a you know what a sous vide machine is, right? It's like a immersion circulator. They use it for like steaks and stuff like that. Keeps water at a certain temperature, right? You can decarboxylate with it like amazingly, right? Because you can do it at like a real low temp for like long, right? And so like you put it in there for an hour at like 98, right? And it'll fucking decarb it, right? And then you can put it in butter for like 6 to 18 hours, right? And like, or whatever oil you want or other infusionary device, right? And like I did that with I took like we bought like an ounce, right? And like me and my cousin fucking Joey Buttafuoco,
Joey,
like, fuck it, that's goddamn right. He put in half and like I put in half, right? And like I fucking did it up and like cooked it up and like had 4. I even got like the fucking butter mold to like put them in, right? And like I fucking did it all up and I gave him like 2 sticks and then I like kept 2 sticks, right? And it's like, you know, a stick is like a box of brownies. That's like a 1/4 ounce of weed, right? Like he comes over the fucking next day and looks like that fucking flat lady in that like commercial, right? Like just flat, like, and I was just like, yo, you're fucking high, huh? And he's like, nah. Like, bro, you cannot fucking lie to me, officer. Like fucking but it was like it's you get full extraction with it. So just like any, you know, I take the already vaped bud, right, from the vape and stuff and do that now too, and it's just like it's got like this roasted coffee thing going on, and like,
oh, that's
you know,
killer.
you put it with like brownies and shit. Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's fucking rocking. I've been using that Martha Stewart recipe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what else I got? What other visual treats do I have? Speaking of edibles,
I was thinking when you started to talk about that system, that was like the closed loop system deal. My buddy used to use.
Yeah,
he would use he could use pretty much whatever frickin'
you
know, refrigerant chemical you wanted to fucking. You know. But then we figured out how to do solventless, like completely solventless stuff, and that was like
with like, so you're doing like bubble hash or like.
It's
like live rosin and stuff.
It's you know, well, you could do a couple different ways, but the live rosin is like one of my favorite things for sure.
Yeah, I want to get one of those. What is it? Nug Smashers got like a nice press for that. Like $500. I just haven't bought one yet. You know.
You can manufacture yourself one for much cheaper.
I just you know don't want to have to fucking wire it all up myself. You know. But yeah, I mean you just need heated plates, right? And like a little hydraulic press. But this is like fucking 10,000 total milligrams in all these. So like 892 gummies. Like fucking Joey Diaz is gonna get fucked up.
That's like 11 stars, I think.
Yeah, it's fucking 11. Let's go fucking. Look, Joe. I love Joey. But speaking of Carnation Revolution, this has been happening.
Have you noticed about the Doug Benson? Where the fuck is that guy?
I don't know. You know, like I think
he's such a cool stoner guy, and
well, I think his YouTube show got pulled off. Like it either got pulled off YouTube or something, or he quit doing it, or it was like harder to do it during the apocalypse or something like that, and or he might have moved it to a different thing. I mean, I remember getting Doug with High was like. I mean, Jimmy went on, Greg Proops, Jack Black,
everybody
like
was on
a bunch
there.
of people on that thing, right? I mean, that's partly shout out to Doug. If he ever wants to come on, feel fucking free, bro. You know, you're Doug. One of the reasons why this show exists, you know, like is because I watch that show. Like I want to be able to do that fucking live at some point. But this is
so weird that I never had that conversation with you, but I knew that about the show. Like That's what it reminds me of. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, it was like, you know, to me, it's just Doug took a very basic format and like made it work, and then just kind of stopped doing it. And it's like, well, some fucking stoner should fucking, you know, like do that shit. You know, it reminds me of this. So this is in Kazakhstan. Apparently, the military is like joining the protest.
Yeah.
Right.
Peaceful
Which is like
revolution, bro.
Yeah. It's fucking it's happening. But yeah, part of like, are you old enough to remember the Playboy Club show?
Yeah.
Right? Where it was like, if you think about what that was, right? Where it was like right after Prohibition, pretty much, right? Mm-hmm. You have like the show that essentially every celebrity is openly getting pissed drunk and drinking martini after martini, right?
Yeah.
Like, I you know,
hell, I'm a Grateful Dead freak too. So
yeah,
there's a classic episode of Playboy After Dark that the whole place gets fucking spun. Like the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they were
to the sound stage and everybody gets spun. Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
so they got placed in timeout on your chat.
It might be, which one did?
Vegan.
I wonder what that was. I should have. It was probably Nightbot, and it might be for INN.
You don't have a mod in here, do you?
Which one is it? In my chat? In like the actual YouTube?
You don't have anybody
your YouTube.
modding.
Here, I got it. Let me go back here and go back to Reefer After Dark, and I'll give you one of the mod user, add moderated, or there you go, Lucky.
Boom.
I'll let you do some work for me if it fixes things.
Yeah, that should work.
It might be because of too many emojis. But I don't have Nightbot in this one. It might just
it's
be YouTube
weird though,
it?
because sometimes you'll get like someone will because you know I mod in a bunch of streams, and you'll get like Steve will put up an eggplant, and then it will like
no, you can't possibly ever like eggplant aubergines, delicious vegetable.
Just an eggplant by itself.
Just
no innuendo.
It wasn't even an eggplant.
Not like with the hand and then the drops after it.
Nothing.
Like nothing.
No lotion.
You know,
no lotion.
No like peach after it, or
no.
You know,
no apple.
Dude, they're gonna look at in like they're gonna look back at the monolithic, you know, chat between, you know, couples, and that's the aliens are not gonna understand what we meant, you know. So
they're gonna be like, apples are pretty voluptuous there. I don't
know. Yeah, I don't know why we're, you know, but what else do I have? I have some other stuff. Oh, this one's
got man.
I have to do.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 2 for $5 all night long.
All night, 2 for $5, 2 for $5. Tip your waitress. Tip your waitress.
5 for 20.
They said, I will not succumb to this emoji censorship.
Buy some marijuana? I'm thinking maybe $40.
It's not right, I tell you.
Hey, what's in your hands?
There's nothing in my hands.
What's in your hands?
Nothing.
Open your hands.
All right.
I love that one.
Hey, officer,
you want to buy some weed?
Some marijuana? I'm thinking maybe $40.
Give me the bag. Hey, what's in your hands?
There's nothing in my hands.
What's in your hands?
Nothing.
Open your hands.
There's nothing there. There's nothing. That cop was so pissed. I've seen a couple of those now, and I have to imagine they're like, officer, I'm gonna do a bit with you. You know,
you would think. I mean, you almost have to approach it that way because, you know, most police
check out this bioluminescent algae in the sand.
That you can't just approach them and do a fucking joke on them. They'll pull their gun on you and shoot you in the face. You know,
that would be
that's
very
kind
bad.
of where it's at.
What is happening
So
with
this
the
is
feet?
this is we have this here, but this is West Coast, right? But in the Gulf we also have this. Eventually I'll go out and take video of it myself here. But it's bioluminescent algae, right?
Whoa, check out this bioluminescent algae in the sand.
It's in the sand and shit, but like when you're out in the water with it, right?
Oh my gosh,
like it's trippy as shit, because like everywhere your hand moves and shit, like, you know, like you see it when it runs in there and stuff.
Oh
yeah. All this
People who went to Suwannee and stuff were telling me about swimming in the ocean.
Yeah,
and there was,
that's where I grew up, was Suwannee, actually.
Is that like radiation?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's just bioluminescence. They're just essentially like they put a couple chemicals they can produce together, and it makes light.
Looks
with very little
fantastic.
heat. Yeah.
Oh, I have that under my skin. I do tattoos, and the tattoo.
Oh
ink
yeah,
I
like
have,
UV. Yeah.
Yeah, I have UV tattoos. Steve does too.
See, and this is like, what's crazy is that you'll see that exact thing. Like you don't even need black light or like that. It just looks like that. Like imagine if you could like tattoo stuff with like a switch to where you could like turn it on. Like,
that's kind of what the UV is. Like you don't really see it.
Yeah.
Like she started doing like anatomically correct bone structure.
Yeah.
In my arms, on my arms.
Yeah.
So like while I'm playing guitar, it looks like I got skeleton arms with the fucking black light shining on.
Yeah. But like what else do I have? This one's great. This is when you're just high enough to find this funny too. I might have to turn it up for you to hear it. It's the 20th Century Fox. It's like the Also, what kind of life is this guy living that he's just like hooking up little weenies and like pepperonis,
I call them.
He's living the meat life, buddy.
You have to call them the right thing. They're called Winkies.
Winkies, little Smokies.
They're Winkies.
I feel like someone has named their penis Little Smoky. I'm just guessing.
Oh, come on. Of course.
Listen.
Someone with, with a real olive complexion, perhaps.
I have to tell you.
Go ahead, Luck.
I have to tell you the name of Leo's mother.
Okay.
So my friend, her okay, so her boyfriend, I didn't meet him. He had passed away before I met him, but he named his dog. She's a miniature pinscher, and he named her Dixie Normus, like Dixie, but Dixie Normus because no one will ever say my dick is enormous. So he named his dog Dixie Normus.
So my father quit smoking when he had me, right? And like he smoked Camels for fucking ever, right? And he wanted to like give himself a reward for like having stopped smoking for like, and so he mom took him up to like the pound essentially, and like they bought 2 like Labradors, right? And he named them, Smokey and Nicotina, just Tina for short. So it would just be Smokey and Tina and shit. Fucking Smokey was massive. He was like a bear of a Labrador. It was insane. He was just like a fucking submarine coming in at one point. Like it was the fucking hilarious. But like I've got pictures like when I was young riding him like a horse.
Yeah. I know that size dog. My grandfather raised Bernards. And,
oh yeah, that's dude. Like
he had one named
one right down the road from us. Like they were just like blanket of a dog. They just like sprawl out to like enormous size. Like between that and like those giant lanky bloodhounds. Like they just can't run. But
like the Irish Wolfhound.
Oh, those things are insane. I saw one of those the other day too. They're just giant, like
lanky, like a Great Dane or something, but even even funkier.
Yeah,
right.
So when I worked on one of those, and I'm 5'3", and that dog like came up to my like boobs.
I like how that's your level of measurement. Like you just measure everything off like just where exactly, to what degree, like what part of the areola have we made it to, like which freckle are we at? I feel like we could just redo the metric system based off it.
We probably could.
Like
this time vagina alone.
Yeah, I'm down for that system. Imagine that's what we use going forward.
Like a lot better.
We're
horses are hands.
Well, Captain, we're about 340 vaginas away from Pluto. Like, you know,
407,000.
It's funny. As a vagina owner, I can say a lot more things than guys can say about.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some stuff you've got to see later in the show. This one though, if I pull it up for people here,
Bro, what the fuck is even happening, bro? I know, it looks crazy.
They're just fucking like amazed at this fucking one bottle. You know?
Is it just like floating in the
in like the wake? Yeah. But it's the dudes in the. Do you guys have like rednecks in Connecticut? Does that breed exist up there?
Yeah, it's not really.
Redneck is really like that's not really an appropriate term.
Well, yes, but it's steamed from your being out in the sun, right? And getting
No.
It's from the coal miners.
It's from the coal miners battling corporations.
Oh, yeah.
They stood up together and they wore the red bandanas, and that's why it's like, man, not.
It's so backwards what people assume that stands for and what it signifies, when in fact it stood for black and white people fighting together against a common cause.
Yeah, well, it's like the word we can't say on Twitch, right? That Vaush got. Yeah, that one that comes from like a profession, and like, you know, it comes from pre-English, right? And you guys covered that, I think, right?
It's basically it was pre English. It was like during the time of the Spaniards, conquistadors coming and landing. It was around those times.
Well, yeah, they left a cow here, right? You know.
Yeah, there was farmers that lived in Florida in that certain area, and the indigenous people from that area and some of the slaves that got away lived together, and they called the people in those fields working with those cows and working and whipping the beast.
Yeah,
they called
that
them
word.
Crackers.
Yeah,
due to the sound of that.
Yeah,
the sound that it made.
Yeah, a whip would crack. Yes. Yeah. Right. Shout out a Land Remembered, a book that every Floridian has to read in middle school. You know, Skillet's my homeboy. He's super cool. Skillet.
Oh my god. I have my original Lord of the Flies book. I have my original.
I luckily missed out on Lord of the Flies, but I had to read Hatchet like 9 times. You know? So
that was your punishment.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it was just like every new school year they'd be like, so we're reading Hatchet. I'm like, why? I read this already.
Oh my gosh, like, did you go to a bunch of different schools?
I really felt
like I think I just moved at like the wrong times. Like, you know, like I really didn't. It was just like things happened that way where like things shifted to where like, yeah, so curriculum is we're gonna read Hatchet again. I'm like, yeah, can we not? Like,
oh my gosh.
I kind of felt that way all my school, from like elementary school to high school. Like,
yeah,
we did this last year.
We did this last year. Yeah, like I remember doing that TI-83 for like 3 years. So we've reached a sobriety checkpoint. You have to tell me if these are moving or not.
All right. Let's see. Takes a second to catch up there. While I'm watching it on the YouTube.
You can if you go back into Zoom, you can like left click mine and make it big.
Oh, I see.
You can like right click me and pin.
I have an answer. I'm not going to tell you my answer.
Now do it again.
Yeah, do it again. I can do it again for people at home.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, are they moving?
They are not moving.
They are not moving, and I know it pisses everyone off that it's not moving.
Yeah, but that's intense how that works. Like,
yeah.
I do optical illusion, like art. So
yep.
I'm looking at it art-wise. I'm looking at the space between them and between like where the walls are. So it was just the proportion of it.
It's like,
it was like instant. I'm like, no.
How cold is it up near you now? Like, right? This is what Floridians do at like 60 degrees. You know?
My god.
So,
my mom and my sister, my brother, and my stepdad lived down there.
You see what Uncle Warren said? That's what she
she said. It's right there if you look. I can pull it up for you.
There
Top left.
it is.
What else I got? All right, Lucky, you got to come watch this one.
Jesus, come on now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is with the boobs?
Can we petition?
Like
for
already,
dresses?
I'm seeing an issue.
It's just a single boob.
Please.
She got both of them on the same side.
No, one is down
Can
here.
we petition for dresses?
I was thinking it was a single boob. She had a mastectomy.
Please.
No, it would appear she.
Oh,
had
here, I can do this. There we go. Now you can hear things,
Can we
right?
petition for dresses to have more boob space? Please.
He's fucking dying.
She's gonna pee.
Wait, it's not even. Wait, she tries to fix it. She tries to fix it. Hold on. She did it. She did it.
She needs a little more boob space. She's right.
He says she wants to petition for dresses to have more boob space. You know? Oh.
I think fair.
Oh my god.
That thing
needs to
kills
happen.
me.
But see, I sew, so I alter like all of my clothes, and having big boobs is a real issue.
So
I
for
don't
sure.
understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel like men just it's all the same like shape pretty much. Just make a box, you know,
I know,
and like
right.
we're good.
But
You know,
we're supposed to go to a store and pick out something and
for
go,
like ladies'
okay,
clothes, you gotta break out the protractor and like the S curve
like,
and
seriously.
Compasses and
You
calipers
want-
and all kinds of things involved.
You want to know why it takes women so long? Okay.
yeah.
You are
Yeah.
not there, and the clothes are made in one size in one way, and you're supposed to be able to figure that out.
Well, and
Go ahead.
especially for ladies who like to paint those clothes on, you know, that just takes like forever.
That's even harder.
You know, so I don't know if I could do it, but
Why don't we just paint them? Can I just paint the women?
Here we
that
go.
would just be easier.
I fucking love this little kid. Right?
It's stuck, huh?
They just
Your head's stuck, huh?
It's stuck.
Oh my god.
there you go. You did it.
I mean,
You did it. Where you going?
Look at
What you doing? He'll go gotta get football. What are you doing?
It's stuck.
Your head stuck?
Why are you like this?
He starts crying again. Like,
you know what? You know what?
That is beautiful.
When my
That's
daughter
great.
was little, I
Yeah.
had a child therapist tell me that the things that they do that drive you the craziest when they're little are going to be their biggest strength when they're older. So let's see what this boy girl.
is this what helped you have that one? You see this ad?
I didn't see that one.
No, that is insane. Hey, Viagra is an off-label thing. It's
Yeah.
off-label.
Yeah, it comes in those things with the you know rhino horn now at the gas station.
Rhino horn.
So speaking of rhino horn, 84-year-old Bihar man gets 11 shots of COVID vaccine, caught while going for 12th.
What?
Oh my goodness.
He's trying to go for that like Infinity
Like,
Gauntlet
This
booster.
shit's
You know,
hitting, yo.
like what?
It's fired, man. I'll get some more of that.
So
I posted on my Twitter the other day, people should just go out on the street and be like, yeah, shoot me up with something. You'll probably get more pleasure out of that than whatever that is.
Hey, this dude, 84, he's been around. I would take his word for it, man. That shit must
Right.
be fucking nice.
he must be getting it like between that and those like bacon sandwiches, you know.
I know what he's doing.
So I found the snowplow that your city got recently.
Getting
Yeah.
himself ready so that his
Like-
family won't have to pay so much
That's sweet.
for the formaldehyde.
Right? I kind of want it just to be like, dude, you could like soup this up, like.
No, it's like a 2/3 of a Yugo, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just like one seat, I think, and like I like how they've got the chains on it in the back and everything.
Yeah,
Like-
dude. It looks like it's ready for business.
I
Like,
could fit
Yeah,
like
dude.
4
Put
of
up the hill
those.
with that.
I could fit
Yeah.
4 of those in the van. Come on, let's go to a festival. Let's have little freaking clown cars, and we can fit them all in the van.
Yeah,
everything
I mean, we can
continues
just
to
play
be
bumper
phenomenal,
cars with like old Volkswagens, you know?
that would be fun.
Like,
too. I mean,
so
if
Betty
everything
came
in
back
reality-
and now embodies this cat, right? Who hates everyone. I just figured everyone should know that there is a new grumpy cat. His name is Betty. You know, and he fucking looks so angry. He's like squeezing hard on that anger too. Like, anyway, I fucking love that shit.
It makes sense that Betty White would be pissed. She almost made it to her birthday.
Yeah,
You know what
I mean,
Like,
fucking Kissinger outlived her. Like,
yeah,
you know,
she's not mad about
Oh
that.
my god,
So,
this looks awful.
like, yeah, it's a quick at-home COVID-19 test. Wink, wink, nudge. Not a real one. YouTube. Step 1, stick finger up anus as far as possible. Step 2, sniff finger. If you can smell shit, it is negative. If you can't, it's positive.
If you can't smell shit,
I'm still waiting for someone to explain to me how these are doing what they're doing. I think there's some toy that's made with like paper of some sort. Right? Like you can get a Dora one, right? You can get a Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, they got all the different ones.
I know. I think
Okay.
I know. I think that they have the jumping beams inside of them.
Oh, that's a move. That's a move. I mean, they got these cool little legs and stuff.
I think they just got springy legs.
You can't trick me with your circles and jumping things.
With circles and jumping. Imagine if that's how cops actually tried to see if you're high or not. Like, you get pulled over and they're like giving you fucking, you know, like it's the labyrinth. You're having to do the fucking labyrinth puzzle. They pull up.
David Bowie comes out and starts giving you.
That's gonna be the new
Riddles.
DUI test.
Yeah. It's just gonna be like, one of us tells the truth. One of us is lying. Which one? Like,
Right?
Which one is it?
which one? Is it Officer Fuckhead or Officer Shithead? But I just thought this one was fucking cool.
Think.
The editing on this is choice. Also, what a fucking macro lens on that thing. What is that, like 15x, something like that?
Oh my gosh, I got Skyla, the teenager. I got her a photo for.
That's fucking crazy good lens.
Yeah. And it's at like, what is it, like 50,
And I think it starts over. Oh, aluminum, a little softer.
It's super satisfying. It's like this is what's happening to everybody's brain.
Oh.
If you go take 12 formaldehyde shots, that might be what happens. He's just making it cheaper for his funeral.
Right.
Come on.
This.
You can get those are free, right? You can go get them for
He's
free.
like, fuck you, keep me alive with the nanobots, baby.
Yep.
He's gonna be a robot by the time he's done. That's his aim, I think.
84-year-old robot.
I think that's his end
So,
game. Like, I'm not
this-
gonna die. He's gonna be a robot.
This supermarket feels like it needs to inform you that cat milk does not come from cats. Which I'm surprised that they don't. Like, you could hook up some little fucking nipple suckers on those. And,
Yeah, man. Cats give milk too, dog.
yeah,
What?
you know. But
What that is the
This is-
weirdest thing. That, like, you have.
this is, I
you
think,
have to
inside.
put
This
kind
is
of
the
warning.
inside of Lucky's brain, right? Like, this is, you know, like her first kiss is somewhere over there, and then like, you know,
Minecraft.
yeah, like it's just
that
all the
Minecraft?
fucking. No, it's not. It's just somebody's animation,
6 years old. That's
but
so
it's super
weird.
trippy fractal nonsense.
Wait,
Yeah.
I was supposed to take the acid before the show?
Yep. But yeah, these are fucking crazy. There's a whole subreddit called Whoa Dude that is dedicated to stuff like this. So that when you are on those particular hallucinogens, you can have
on
a
my
good time.
Instagram, I always had like a bunch of really cool fractally people that put up lots of fractally shit, and
Yeah.
I can
I saw. Do you know Tofu-chan? You know who Tofu-chan is? Yeah, you should look up Tofu-chan later.
Super popular.
Little doggo, and he did like love is fractal, like, you know, and just fucking went all crazy with it. It was fucking great. But I see gamers here. I see Oz is here. What's up, fam? Dude, this one's gonna kill you. You ready?
That is the cutest fucking dog ever.
No.
Come on.
Oh, that one's pretty good. Did you see it, Luck? It was fucking cute as shit.
And he's jumping off the ground, like doing push-ups.
I gotta send you later the lizard that goes through the fire and the flames. Have you seen that one? The monitor lizard that's like freaking out. You know, it's doing its zoomies, and it's like, like fucking. Anyway, so the '80s were a weird time. Let's see if I can zoom this in for people.
Is that my 6th grade class picture?
Were you taught by Mrs. Wiener and Mrs. Butt? 1981.
No, but I was in 6th grade, I think, in 1981.
1981. Like you had this shirt right here, probably. What is that? Was it an all-star shirt?
I was more like the teacher on the side there with the big collar and
you had the perm. You had like this perm going on.
And the
with the velour jumpsuit,
big hawkish glasses.
Dude, I've been watching like that Bruno Mars shit like on repeat now. Just like anytime it comes up on my YouTube, I'm like fucking. I love that shit. I found like it put me towards a new Spotify playlist, the new funk playlist, which is like, yes, this is what we needed.
Dude, there's so much really, really good fucking funky music being made.
Like I fucking like, you know, as a drummer, like that's the stuff I love playing. Like I can play the fucking, like, what, you need a blast beat, double bass, like how long do I gotta go for? Is it 30-minute set? How much you fucking paying me? You know? Like that kind of shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna burn some calories for this set, but like, dude, anything with like jazz, funk, any of that zone, I'm like so down for. Because you just get to sit in the pocket like the whole time. You know, like,
yeah, that's the whole thing. Is like the players that I've played with over the years that were really good pocket drummers could play anything and have that pocket and be like rubber. Everybody's rubber. You can do time travel tricks and
that's the thing, right? Like we talk about time as like we're hitting the fucking metronome, right? Are you hitting the top of it? Are you right on the top of the beat? Well, probably not. You're probably going to be like right here, and then you're going to compensate by landing here, right? And as long as both of you, if you and the bass player are like locked in, right? Like, you know, you can just fucking run that way for like ever, you know? And as long as your guitarist doesn't fuck it up for you because he doesn't know a strumming pattern, you're good to go.
Right.
You know?
He can't fall in the other.
Like, you know, and that's like, that was the worst. I tried to teach a fucking guy one time, like, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers, by the way, right? Yeah. Like, you know how it like breaks into that drum beat and stuff? Like, you know, he was, of course, one of those fucking screamo kids, and we're like, yeah, so that's the part, we let you fucking, we would get like 2 words, you scream those, we'll fucking go hard, it'll sound super cool. But like the guitar part is literally just like this, and the fucking guitarist had such a hard time, like getting that for some reason. Like, he wanted to only downstrum everything. It's like, what? Anyway,
it's not
but like only downstrum, like, I feel like that's a challenge.
Like, we're in Metallica now. Shut up.
Have you met the Turtle King? The Turtle King? Yeah. What's the one you guys talk about all the time? The big turtle? Little turtle? Toidle?
Mr. Toidle and the New World Otter.
Oh my God, I love them
and the New World Otter?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you able to like play those on like YouTube or like on, or would I get like copyrighted for doing that?
Oh no, we play them all the time.
Yeah, I play them all the time on the show.
Yeah.
They got in trouble.
Hey, I don't care how heated I.
Right? Did they? A bunch of YouTube gets in trouble. I get in trouble all the time.
Got taken down.
Yeah. I feel for this guy so much
it. Stop calling it butt rock. Some of us don't like that it's called butt rock, and you don't need to call it butt rock. It's a disrespect to all the bands that are playing and the fans of the music. I'm talking about Stained. I'm talking about Hinder. I'm talking about Mud. Puddle of Mud. These bands make a lot of money selling a lot of albums. And you
this
guys
guy's
are gonna
so
call
pissed
it butt
off at the
rock?
job site
No,
right
dude.
now.
I'm telling you
Like,
right now,
so
people
angry.
calling it butt rock, and I'm gonna throw hands.
He's gonna
There
throw
is
hands,
one thing I get
goddamn.
heated
Throw
over,
hands.
and it's people calling
Better
it butt
recognize
rock.
where porn
Sitting out
from.
here being like, oh, dude, butt rock sucks, blah, 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 all day on the job site. Sheesh, I'm getting heated, dude.
He's getting heated.
That was a mad sheesh and a sad sheesh.
It was both a mad and
You
sad
don't
sheesh.
call it butt rock, dude. Seriously. And you know what? For anyone who's calling it butt rock, you're dumb. Because guess what? People love butts. Guys love butts.
He's
Girls
making a
love
lot of good
butts.
points
My
here.
mom's been trying to see
He
Sam
does raise
Elliott's
a
butt for
good
25 years, dude.
counterpoint to the narrative.
Guys are all
And I
going to
think
get
he's
in like a big
stressing
squabble with
his
me on the job
dissatisfaction
site and leave me
really
here
well.
on my own. Go ahead, dude. I got butt rock all to myself, dude.
He's got it all to himself, dude. There's 3 minutes of this.
Did you
Like-
see his
Damn.
frown? His frown is like professional.
Yeah,
His frown,
like
because he got a dip in his
King
lip
of
there.
butts.
yeah, he does.
dude.
He's got like
I'm talking
2.
about Trapped.
He's
I'm
got like
talking
2
about
pouches
Big
up
Dog
there.
Smack. I'm
Wintergreen.
talking about
You know he's a wintergreen man.
Wintergreen
Grizzly.
Kodiak.
Yeah.
Kodiak.
Yeah. I was gonna go Grizzly.
Drive that Caterpillar tractor, son. Whether you
Goddamn
listen
right.
to his friggin' AC/DC or not. man.
Here you can tell where you're at by if you look at the Southern Gentleman's hat. You can tell exactly what part of the southern region you're in. This is the southern part of Canada, right here, right? You know, and right here around us, we got that saltwater variety. So you get that salt life hat up there. You know,
It used to be
Salt
lightning
life.
bolt. It used to be
Yeah.
lightning bolt back in the day.
lightning bolts. Yeah, but that was when they weren't wearing the
On
hood.
down to the shop.
Look at this! Look at this fucking snow horse. How majestic is this little dude?
What a beauty.
Oh my god. Does he turn into a big horse or does he stay that small and cute forever? Like, look at him. He's so cute. Oh, dude.
Gosh, it reminds me of like a sheep and a horse.
He's like a mini horse. That's that
Like
mini
a-
horse.
He's slapping that ass. That's what that's the dance
He's doing it. Whip, whip, whip.
Back that
He's
shit
doing
up.
the stanky leg. Why do boxers always look like this? Like, look at this
Boxers
dude.
are like,
Oh,
oh,
oh
they
my
always are
god.
surprised.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Is that
I
you gotta
love
give me the ball? Oh my god, I love the ball. No, this is my fucking ball. You see that shit? He almost took it. With my fucking ball though. Fucking love that shit. Like, why are their eyes ginormo? Why do they have like? I think they have to be like government plants. I think those just have to be cameras. You know?
Yeah, his little Frenchie friend tried to steal his ball.
Look here.
Fucking asshole Frenchie, get out of here.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu. This is the timeline we're in. I just wanted everyone to know what timeline we are in. Could you imagine waking up, your alarm goes off, and that's all it shows? Is just that? You'd fucking freak out. You'd be like, what the fuck?
You mean
But
the
yeah,
other
this
kind?
is this is art, the fucking worst timeline we're in right there. So we were talking about robots earlier. Look at this fucking ridiculous thing. Like, does that not freak everyone out? That's the iRobot robot. Look, it's in a minute. It's gonna come for your brains. Look, it's coming for your brains. Brains. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Brains. Oh no, it's cool.
They've
It's
only
cool.
had like 13 shots or so because they're not completely fully formed.
Okay, it
Dude,
looks
if
like
that
Ron
thing-
Pacone a little bit.
It
from
does
a
look a
distance.
lot like Ron Pacone.
From a distance, like that looks like
Yeah,
Ron
but
Pacone.
yeah, but
It's
Ron
really
Placone is like where you took the sliders in the video game and put them all to the middle slot, right? It's just like
Directly.
that's what Ron Placone looks like. You know, he is not unattractive. He is just like right in the middle. Just bip. He is just right there. All the middle sliders. You know, but this is very like this is like Ron Placone's like evil twin. You know, this is
I
like
think that he's Ron Pacone.
like
crossed
after
with
business
Philip
school.
White.
Yeah,
What's
like
his name?
you know.
The other weenie that like went to HBO.
Damn
it.
Maher? You talking about or
No, he does the show and it's all white all around him and Brit guy.
Oh yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about. Fuck whoever that is. I know who you're talking about.
John Oliver. It's like
yeah.
it's like Ron Pacone and John Oliver.
I
together.
remembered half of it.
Why dude, this looks like it's going to murder you. You shouldn't make it look like it's going to murder you. You should make all the robots look fluffy and sweet.
Obama. The bot looks like Obama.
Yeah, I was trying to place the face and I thought it was kind of Obama-ish.
You did.
Right, it was something else. It was like Bruce Willis and Obama maybe together.
A young Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It was like Frankenstein. You see its arms? It raised him up.
Ron Oliver. I'll credit Warren with that one.
What?
John Placone. John Placone could also work.
It's Ron Placone's evil twin brother.
But yeah, so I got one creepy robot, but this is the creepier robot right here. Right? Look at this motherfucker's gonna pull off. Nothing has ever been attempted by robots before.
Wait, that lady wasn't a robot?
And she did look almost exactly like the robot.
Yes.
Dude, it did it. It did it.
Whoa.
It did it. I'm not a robot. It clicked it. They're learning to lie. They're learning to lie. Oh no.
I learned it from my robot maker.
They'll be able to do what the Young Turks do now. It can lie.
They'll catch him in their teenage bedroom with their pot smoke. I learned it from you.
Watching you. I just thought I don't know if you keep up with like tech stuff and things like that just to worry about the murder bots that are coming for us all. But that fucking rich penis rocket building guy Elon Musk also tried to build this tunnel thing, right? Which is supposed to like kill traffic over in LA. Well, what do you know? It's got fucking traffic in it.
Oh, you know what?
Like its whole big thing was that it wasn't going to have traffic. Now they have a traffic jam in it.
Turns out it's just like every other tunnel.
Could you imagine? Yeah, it's like every other tunnel, right? Like, you know, could you imagine the fucking like if
I think what's happening is
like if an accident happened in here with all this lithium battery and like
so no one's going to that.
Yeah, in a small enclosed space here, like this is.
And like, how much oxygen do people have
in that thing, especially when it's filling up with poisonous lithium fumes? Like,
right?
You know,
exactly.
Oh my gummy bear!
It seems less than perfect.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think there's like a thing in here, right, where it's like you're supposed to come into this like shopping mall thing down here. I don't know. It's nothing about like what was talked about. Like, you know, it was supposed to be like this high-speed pneumatic tube thing.
Yeah.
You know. So
that's what I thought it was. I thought it was the thing from the Jetsons.
Wait, is that a real thing that happened, or is that?
Yeah, no, that's real. That's a real thing. So they were gonna make it's called the Boring Company, right? It was Elon bought like this big like tunnel borer, right?
Yes.
Oh,
and he was gonna put like we could fill it with like pneumatic tunnels that could like you could put a car into and then shoot off like at the bank when you get your lollipop back.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Sure.
But
that's what they're gonna do with.
Huh?
I know how to fix those dumb robots though. This is some invention someone made, and I feel like he's onto something, right? Like, like who got this patent and what kind of? I feel like that like, what is it? Parks and Rec guy, Ron Swanson. Like he must have sent this patent in, right?
The only thing it's missing is like a fishing rod, I think.
Yeah, like a fishing rod. You need like, I don't know. It feels like it needs like a bandana on it somewhere. You know, so like there's a lot we can add to this. You know.
Oh, what
Yeah,
is that?
you could upgrade. You know, just sell upgrades. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, we could always put like a chainsaw replacement somewhere, you know.
It's not
like,
a bad first go, you know.
Yeah.
Base model.
Yeah, I mean, I like how he went with like the Polanski too. He didn't just go regular axe. He went like, no, you want to be able to get into doors and stuff too. But this one's
Here's
great.
Johnny.
Does your dog howl? I can't get mine to. She just looks at me weird. Oh, I love the howl wave.
Who does Chewbacca?
Yeah, Leo would talk like Chewbacca.
Will he?
He's all, "Oh."
Yeah,
He,
mine does that when it's like I want something, you know.
I had a dog named Muffin when I was in 9th grade, and we lived at the bottom of the hill, and at the top of the hill was an ambulance corps. So they would come down the hill all the time with their sirens blaring all the time, right?
Yeah.
And every single time, Muffin, who was a terrier poodle, would hear the sirens, he would, "Arr!" like no matter what, like 3 o'clock in the morning, whenever the ambulance would come by, he would sing with it.
Look at this fucking thing. What is this? Is it cat or dog?
Ooh, that's a what do you call that? That's a chow, isn't it?
Maybe. Could be a small marsupial.
I think it's a dog. Really
I think it's also a dog, but it's fucking buff as shit for a little fucking dog.
Looks like cartoons.
They like sculpted that fucking shit in.
You have to question it, so that makes it just all the better. If you have to say what,
like, what is that?
They made him in Photoshop.
They probably did. What
they
else
got
do I
him
got?
tricked like that. I think.
Look at this
I think
little
they were
fucking dude.
like,
He's figuring it out. He's beginning to believe.
If that dog was brown, that would be Muffin. Muffin.
Oh, he figured out a new way. Yeah,
Oh
do it,
my
little puppo.
He's like, fuck you.
He's like popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like if what they need for next Halloween is they need to get him like the Sorry. What's that game where you gotta like press the little like dice?
Yeah, it is Sorry. It goes clunk, clunk.
No,
Yeah.
Isn't it Trouble?
Trouble.
That's it.
You
But,
guys would have the video games wrong, or the board game thing.
So since it is now 1/7, the you know the day after the Day of Remembrance we should all have, I would like to remind people that satire exists. That satire and sarcasm exists.
Well,
I
that's
saw.
wait, that's a pretty museum. What museum is that, guys? Look at those
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah. Yeah. So it's old Normie McDonald, may he rest in peace, right? Satiring. Like I saw a bunch of shit libs today taking this and being like, see, he hate. It's like, no, you dummies, read the rest of it, right? It's like, read it in Norm's voice, which I cannot do. I loved when the violent terrorists made sure to respect the velvet ropes in Statuary Hall, right? Like, yeah, that means they're probably not violent, right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
The red velvet rope implies anything. It's non-violence.
Non-violence. Yeah.
They feel really nice and soft.
Yeah, they're really nice to the touch.
I think this is what we need to achieve world peace. Everyone just needs to turn their microwaves sideways. Because this guy looks super happy. Like, he's so happy. Look at him. He's like, oh my God. Is that a Hot Pocket? I love Hot Pockets.
Put a Hot Pocket in me.
Yeah. Like, look at this fucking big friendo. Ready? Go in your mind, cat. We're going home. You're drunk.
You're drunk, kitty. Back in your carrier.
I just want everyone to realize that's a fucking lion. Like,
fucking lion.
like I know we're like, yeah, kitty cat, but like that's a fucking murder animal right there.
That guy's like, get back in my lion cage, you
like,
son of a
puma.
Puma.
Yeah, that's a puma. Yeah, cougar.
That is a cougar mountain
or
lion.
Something. Whatever. A big cat with giant claws and paws. Like,
big fucking
dude,
cat.
it's a big fucking cat.
Easily as big as the man carrying it.
Yeah, it looks like a female lion to me, but I could be wrong.
I think so.
Like,
Lioness.
But we deal with. I grew up next to the Panther Reserve here in Florida, right? So like you take your trash out at night, and like literally, like, if you look on like Google Maps, like there was a Panther Reserve, and then like my house, like bip, like no fence, no nothing. It was just like forest and whatever, right? And like I remember taking the trash out at night, and like you just see eyes, and you'd hear that fucking noise, and you'd be like, God damn it!
Oh.
Like, you know, so
Wild. You're lucky
like
your kitty cat.
yeah, but does my cat show up?
That wasn't an invisible lion. It was an invisible panther.
They look at
Miami trash pandas. Yeah, that's a Miami. Oh, that reminds me of another thing. Do you guys know of the legend of the swamp chickens?
Swamp chickens, no.
Swamp chickens. So in South Florida, right, where Miami and Naples and all that stuff, right? And the reason why not a lot is in the middle of South Florida because there's a big old swamp there, right? And what happens is all the stuff over here from like Debbie Wasserman Schultz's district, right? All those rich assholes, they decide to do stuff like buy exotic animals and bring them when they don't want them anymore to the swamp, right?
Oh,
and so that's why we have like anaconda there, and like big giant iguanas and Komodo dragons and shit, just because why not? So do you remember like around, I would say like 1995 to like 2010, there was ads for like ostriches, like start your ostrich farm today, right?
Yeah.
Well, a bunch of fucking Floridians decided to do that, right? And right. So now there are what are colloquially known as swamp chickens, right? That realize that they are incredibly well suited for swamp life, right? They have giant feet. They sit like right on top of like the river of grass, right? And like they can run on top of like pretty much water, like at like 60 miles per hour. They're fucking insane,
mental.
Right? And they'll straight up fuck up humans just by hitting people with the neck, right? Like, and I was like, we were in like a fucking safari truck, right? Like big lifted thing, right? And like we were like going through it, and like a fucking swamp chicken, like we were full speed, and that swamp chicken was like, fucking running this way and like looking this way, just like going full clip, like, yeah.
Fuck
so
you.
Swamp chickens like straight up killed people in the swamps down there, stuff like that. This is why we spay and neuter our exotic animals, friends.
Did you see that? Did you see that reenactment of the arms? I need to see that again.
Is representation.
Oh yeah, so it's looking this way, but like running this way, right? Like, like I'm stealing a Kevin Hart bit. Everyone should go watch the Kevin Hart ostrich bit, but he does it fucking way better than me.
Serious.
But
that's the most serious I've ever seen Reef, I think, look. Is
yeah, right.
Doing the
serious ostrich business.
Serious ostrich. I had to put my like acting face on. I had to play the ostrich,
That's how we know that you were serious.
I had to know my motivations as a swamp chicken, and all that shit. So
please, Mr. De Laurentiis, tell me my motivations.
Tell me my motivations, please. You're an out of work actor. Yes. Like
I like it so far.
Yes, this is very relatable to me. So
whoa. Is that Robert De Niro?
I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, Yona likes your swamp chicken demonstration 100%.
Yeah. I can do it. I can do it as like, Pacino. Whoa, hoo-ah, like, but so I have a tip for you, right? Adjust the
make your
tip.
guitar sound like a banjo. First things, you got to get one of these. It's a condom. I found this one in my girl's purse. Luckily, it's much bigger than the ones I use, which is going to be helpful for this. Next, it's got this great kind of protective coating. So you just want to quickly unroll this, stick her right in there, and here is the best part. And now you can sound as pretentious as you've always wanted.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just use like a balloon?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Yeah, you could for sure
That's a
use
great
just a
bit.
balloon.
That
Yeah.
is a fucking fantastic bit.
Can we just note his mustache real quick?
That
He
mustache
looks
is
like
real. I mean,
young-
is that what is that? The
young
Fu
Bob-
Manchu?
Yeah, he's
Like-
got the young.
He's got a flavor saver. Call it what
Bob
it is.
De Niro meets Frank
It's
Zappa.
like only Flavor Saver though, you know. Like he removed everything but the Flavor Saver. That's all he had left. What's worse is like the little Flavor Saver. When guys specifically leave that, like just this, right?
Just
like
tiny.
what was it? Don Vito used to do back on anyone remembers Bam Margera's show?
Perfect little triangle.
Yeah, like he reminds me of the what is it? The crap. So the movie Spawn, the fucking the bad guy in that movie, the clown dude, right?
Yes.
Was it the Vilifier or the I can't remember what that dude's name is called. He has a name, right? Shit. But
Asshole. Like
anyway, like he reminds you. Don Vito reminds me of that guy, right? If anyone remembers that one. But yeah, I think that's all I brought for today. I mean, you'd think all these tabs would have been, take us forever to get through,
Yeah.
But
it leaves
anyway,
room for another ostrich interpretation.
And another ostrich interpretation.
Charlie
I think
Brown
I'm all
says
out
he
of
loved
those.
them. He loved
Encore the ostrich.
Give us some more ostrich.
Give us some more. That's what I'm gonna be known for later. That's gonna be my
All right, guys. Indy is in trouble. Indy is in trouble. It's the whole show.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make him watch it again. You trust me. He gets enough of me.
Indy.
This is what we do all the time, pretty much. I just don't save it and record it. But anyway,
This, I think, if one thing's clear, this is a keeper.
Yeah, definitely a keeper.
I have to have an ostrich clip, Indy. You have to make me some ostrich clips, please.
Eventually, we'll make him do an ostrich logo. Like he changes his logo every month with the bird.
We have an ostrich background. We get on our StreamYard that we use as our background, and we need to make a wreath with the ostrich. You just got to come on the show.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to show us your ostrich.
Show us your ostrich. That sounds like a euphemism, right?
You don't know what wreath.
Show us that thing you put its head in the sand.
So that thing what puts his head in the sand.
Yep.
You guys got some exotic stuff in Florida, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Holy shit! I found a coconut down there, and I was
Giant
really excited.
chickens that live in the swamp.
I named him the coconut. I took pictures of him like the traveling gnome. It was like I even brought him back up north with me. He was Mr. Coconut.
Florida's got weird shit. I mean, that's what we're known for. It's just weirdness.
I want to swim with the manatees. I wasn't able to do
I've done that. I mean, I'm not swam with them. Like my mother worked at Rickery Bay, right? And they did the Estuarine Research Reserve. If anyone knows, shout out.
Shout out
But
to
the Rickery Bay, yep. It's like yep. Steve, like Costanza, if he asks, like like the marine biologist is here. But yeah, she got me in with like we were rehabilitating manatees over there, right? And like that you gotta like to put them back in the wild, you gotta have a fucking like giant crane and like 30-40 people, and like those things get massive. So like
I have Manatee Selfies.
Yeah. There was one I saw. I'll send it to you. I couldn't pull it up here because of copyrighted music, but I'll send it to you. And it was just like one just chilled over, like laying on its back, like someone left their hose on their boat, and it was just like dripping water, and he was just like getting some good water, trying to hydrate. Which for all those with the cottonmouth at home, I suggest taking some water and just downing some of that. But manatees are cool. I mean, I've gotten to do, as far as that kind of stuff is concerned, I've done you know, like I could go literally pet a turtle right now, you know, big sea turtle.
No way.
Yeah, like
Really?
yeah. So right down the road from us is the Gulf Specimen Marine Lab, right? Which like they do turtle rehab and stuff like that. So when it gets cold enough here in the Gulf, right? Do what? We probably have one laying around somewhere.
If you ever get turtle shells and you don't want it, I would love a turtle shell.
I mean, it's gonna be like this big. Keep in mind, like, you know,
like
so,
big.
Yeah.
I would still love to have a turtle shell.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw a lady feeding big giant land tortoises the other day, like video of it on Twitter, I think it was.
Are you sure you didn't sneak off that cold beach?
It was pretty incredible. They were gigantic.
I mean, I've got that. This is just a fish skull, but
no way.
Yeah, like so. If you listen, if I pull it up to the mic, it's got
rattly fish skull.
Yeah, there's like some. My mother would know before me, but it's something to do with how they sense like where they are in water is based off this little like
first band name
bubble level, pretty much. But
is it its brain?
No, that's long since been eaten or dried out of here. But
that is so cool.
Yeah.
My teenager would freak out. If you ever find something like that and you want to send it, you let me know. I would. See, you can do reef show and tell.
Wow. That's fucking neat.
I want an on-air sign.
I know, I like that.
That is so cool.
He's got Galaga being developed.
Woo. One of these doohickeys. See if I can actually get it to like stay somewhat lit well.
Oh my god.
So yeah, one of these this is a paper Nautilus shell.
Wow.
There'd be a cetacean in there somewhere. But you know, that golden ratios all over this thing. But
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's
And
it.
then-
I'm coming down to visit you, and we're gonna do some marine biology.
Marine biology, baby.
Marine biology. we got
like
the classic Florida conch.
Oh, I love the
So
conchs.
I've not cut off one edge to make it a trumpet, but I should do to one
I
of them.
want to do that.
But
Does it really is it really
Mhm.
hard to do?
no, I mean you just would take like a fucking hacksaw and hack off the bottom. You know, they essentially would have just taken a fucking like, you know, a fucking knife and just fucking, you know, chip the shit. But you know, these are illegal to pick up when there's something in it. So make sure there's nothing in it. But otherwise,
I've never gotten one yet.
so, but yeah, I
You
mean,
can just find those on the beach.
Just walk down the beach.
not here, not where I'm at specifically, but my mother's got like, you should see the house. I mean, it's just covered in like, you know, dead
We're
shit.
gonna have to do a show and tell because I love
Yeah.
that.
Show and tell. What's mom?
I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
well,
all dead
read
stuff.
mom.
That's what I tell her.
Read
Like, yeah, it's
mom, so
just
we
all
tell.
dead stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, I mean, like I can go down the like they do the real small place. Actually, it's oddly enough. Do you know about Steinbeck, right? The author, right? Grapes of Wrath. You know his classic quote of like, you know, socialism will never be accepted in America because the people do not see themselves as the proletariat they are, but as embarrassed millionaires, right? The guy who owns this place, Jack Rudlow, right? Essentially like wrote to him after Chicanery Row came out, right? And which is about like the cannering business up in like Monterey Bay, right? And like he essentially sent him a letter and being like, I'm in the similar stuff as like the character and like all this crap, and he was essentially, well, you should make a specimen, you know, like thing so that like, because that's what happens in the book, right? And so that's what he did, right? And he started a specimen collecting agency, and worked with local fishermen here to area. But like, yeah, they've got right now they've got like 3 octopuses over there and stuff like that. Yeah, I find them creepy as shit.
Really?
I like that they're always fucking handsy. Like, quit trying to put your tentacles on me. Stop it.
They do not know what personal space is.
They don't. They're just like, are you stuff I can you know, like that's it. Like they don't even care.
I'm Italian. What do you expect from me?
So how long do you think octopuses live for? What do you think is the age limit on those things?
Years.
What's the average? You think 100 years?
There's a couple different. There's probably a few good answers to that.
Yeah, 1 year for us, pretty much.
1 year.
Yeah, like they're pretty much it's tied heavily to their mating season, pretty much. Once the fucking boy octopus is coom, that's it. They're done. You know. So, but you know, they get real depressed and then you know, they just stop eating
really
pretty much.
smart.
Yeah. But right, this is the thing we talk about. Like, there's a book recently that came out, you know, talking about octopuses in particular, right? I think they did a whole Netflix documentary on it, but the point of the book was like kind of pushing back at stuff similar to like Gorillas in the Mist and things like that. The anthropomorphizing through research and stuff like that, which one would argue that there's an argument on both sides to do that, you know, especially when it comes to primates. But you know, the anthropomorphing anthroing or whatever that you can do with like octopus is smart, right? You look at their coloration, you think it might be scared or angry, but you're putting human emotions onto a thing that may not even think the way you do, right? It has 4 different brains. Like,
and most assuredly does not think like you.
Or 4 different hearts. It has a brain for each arm.
Yeah.
You know, so like it's my mother is like screaming asleep in the other room, going like, "No, it's like the ganglia." Like, she's super nerdy about that nonsense. But I do
awesome.
good to like be able to explain it to people like they're 5. I can do that, you know. But
she's like banging on the wall. Reef, get it right.
Yeah, like she hates it. Like, she'll be like when a movie is doing anything like that, or like, you know, like a cooking show is talking about some seafood, she'll be like, yeah, it's not really actually, you know. And it's like, cool, you know. But she's super intelligent in that regard. I wish she can barely remember some stuff, but she could do Latin names for like everything, you know. But like,
I think it was Jimmy Dore that we were watching the other night, and our heat was out, so like the maintenance guy had to come first, and he was here trying to fix it, and I'm yelling and stuff because I'm like, oh, these fucking idiots and rah rah rah, and I'm like, I'm just going crazy, like, just having like a whole rant happening, and the poor guy is standing down there trying to like check out the heater, and he's laughing at me. And I'm like going up and down the stairs, and then the heating guy has to come, and he gets the same thing. And I think I was very entertaining to them. Yeah. And they might maybe learn something from about politics. So I feel your mom. Like I feel that whole like. No, that's not right.
Well, she read Alan Watts at one point, right? The In My Own Way, right? Yeah. And there's another book that she says is very similar about a particular like fishery scientist and stuff. This Asian woman. I will find the book and put it in the description below. It's also pretty good if you're into like Alan Watts and stuff like that, which a lot of lefties are like just figuring out exists, right? It's like. I do, a lot of these things when you talk about like Jung and I know Jimmy just got into like Jungian stuff and stuff like that, stuff that I despise to the core of my being. But, just because I think he was just on way too much drugs and couldn't explain it,
Wait, is
like,
there's too drugs?
But, not really, I mean, I don't know. You get into like Jungian psychology and we get into the collective subconscious, stuff gets real trippy in there, But, Alan Watts is one of those dudes where it's like he didn't follow his own advice most of the time. You know, like seeing as how he was one of the biggest like booksellers and writers and whatever. Like the guy who's like, you just shouldn't work, and like, you know what I mean, like that guy. But I mean, pretty much is just like, don't fall into the grind, right? Don't be another
but
fucking.
If you love what you do, are you really working?
Are you really working, right? Yeah. You know,
because I love what I do, and I don't feel like I really work.
Right.
You know?
I mean, he lived in a particular period of time to where you could choose what you were doing. Now it's like, I got to survive. You know, like there's some inconsistencies. I love them.
You love what you did back then a lot more than now.
Yeah, for sure, right? You know, when people had the ability to have like, you know, the ability to fucking go to school and stuff like that fairly cheaply, all that stuff, you know. But yeah, she did that, and then, you know, went from Colorado to fucking start learning fisheries and stuff. But you know, and she's like coined species names and stuff like that, you know. Gotten to fucking swim with Cousteaus and shit. Like, I've met like Peter Benchley and all that stuff. You know, I got a book signed by him somewhere.
I love otters.
Yeah,
we're pretty otter friendly here.
We love water otters.
Like, otters are just fucking water dogs. Fucking great.
Well, I mean, we have ferrets.
That's exactly it.
We have 2 ferrets.
That's what's cool about them, is they're
cousins to otters.
They're kind of the combination of a dog and a ferret.
Ferrets are dirt otters, you know.
They're dirt otters, right? Instead of water otter.
Yeah.
I would love to have an otter.
Weasels in general are pretty cool animals. They're just like they adapted really well to their situation when all the fucking
smell though is fucking God. Sometimes they can be fucking ridiculous. They're musky as shit. I mean, otters aren't so bad because they're in and around the water a lot, right? But like ferrets and like that whole
ferrets can be super funky, but they can be really mild too, because
the ones that we have, their scent glands were, you know, like they take this.
I wish I could remove my cat scent. Like, I'm fucking tired of that little fucker pissing on the wall. Fuck you, wherever you are. Tired of cleaning your fucking shit.
At least it's only on the wall, bro.
Yeah, like it's peeling paint. The little fucker's peeling paint. Like,
yes, it's like a carcinogenic.
Does he have his balls?
Carcinogenic cat urine.
We snipped him early.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to like stop that from happening, and he's still fucking doing that shit. And then the fucking dog needs Xanax. Fucking anxious as shit all the time.
Maybe the cat and the dog need a little
fucking, I need to get like CBD treats for Puppo.
Oh my God, you gotta
CBD
show
treats,
him.
yes.
Yeah.
Look, you don't know him. This is what Leo does.
This is what Leo does.
Oh no, this one first.
Okay.
This one.
Oh yeah. Like the bop it, the
Mommy.
Yeah. Right. And then you get like outside, and then eventually it's like, yo, motherfucker, I'm fucking hungry.
Eventually he's like freestyling, busting
you
out
know,
Biggie.
hey, ese, fucking, ¿qué pasó? You know,
know, now you know.
Fucking, yo, homie, fucking.
Warren said,
Hola, locos. New World Order.
No, my local kiddos and the dog.
We were the New World Order. Well, I should probably let the fucking kids go to bed, right?
Oh yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, we almost made it to 2 hours, so I'm fucking
that's nice.
ecstatic.
The timing is good because Lucky's gonna go live for in like 15 minutes. So
nice. Everyone should go check out Lucky's channel. You should be able to pop that in a chat somewhere, I think. If not, I have Steve's Twitter on screen at Steve Cutler Live. His link tree is down in the doobly-doo. You know, head down there, find that link tree. Should have stuff on it, right? You know, hopefully he put his like his OnlyFans on there, so you can make sure that you're like, you know, getting all that content.
You could have your, you know.
All right.
We could talk about the ostriches together.
Yeah.
And you can find Reef on there.
He's doing that. He's doing that like shoulder hair fetish stuff. It's really niche, but You know, you should support his art. It's you know,
I was
it's a struggle out here.
That if you put Steve upside down, he might look like Cornel West.
Yeah. Yeah. You got like the Don King beard upside down, right? Like,
or
you know. Nice.
And I
perfect.
I'm the giant farmer, Amish farmer.
Have you had a beard dude ask you like what product do you use in your beard? No.
No, nobody's ever asked.
Like Cheetos, some old like, you know,
mostly just beer and
beer.
And spit,
chowder.
You know, powder sometimes. Well, powder.
I put the link to the show.
Yeah, and I will post it in the restream so it goes to all the copy link address. Sure.
They told me not to do it, but it's been a lot of fun. You know, they said don't fucking go on that guy's show because he's crazy. He just smokes weed out of some weird contraption and shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, we don't talk about the ones that don't make it in the closet. They stay in there, you know? So
he does an amazing ostrich dance. I'll give you that.
Yeah, just you know, he was looking here, and then they're like running, right? Like, you know. So,
but now my ostrich.
Yeah, it's have you seen the ostriches that do the dance where they're doing that? This is my secondary ostrich impression. Right?
Oh
That's like the mating ritual of the ostrich, right?
Oh my god. Okay, Indy, I need these clips.
Yeah. But anyway,
you guys who put in for regular ostrich dancing,
boys and germs, germs and gals and dudes,
unreal. Thank you very much.
Steers and heifers. I appreciate everyone coming. You know, otherwise, same bat time next week, right? Same bat channels. You know, find my links in the doobly-doo down below at that link tree, right? Including Ko-fi and Patreon. You want to leave a dude some weed money, right? Weed's expensive here in Florida. I'd appreciate it. You know, go send Lucky and Steve some love over on their stuff too. You know, but otherwise, everyone have a lovely night for the rest of the night, and peace, love, and soul, everybody. Bye bye. We gotta go to offline, and then we gotta turn mics off.